After our reporting, a state agency that's been putting people at risk for identity theft is changing its policy. Our Julie Watts broke the story and has this follow-up.
Don't put your outgoing mail in a mailbox at night, ever. You know, if they see a flag up, it's gone.
That was the warning we got from not one, but two convicted ID thieves who we interviewed behind bars back in 2011. Cheryl Thrasher and Tiffany Andres say they successfully emptied bank accounts, opened credit cards, and committed crimes in their victims' names. And all they needed was one piece of mail containing a social security number.
It's easy, it's fast, and it's a fast come up.
And that's the reason most government agencies, banks, even universities stopped using social security numbers as identifiers years ago. In fact, in 2010, California passed a law that prohibits printing the number on any materials that are mailed. But as we first reported in July, viewers like Maxine Hines were horrified to discover the state still printing full social security numbers on documents mailed out every other week to millions of Californians. When she complained to the agency,
she kind of laughed a bit and she said, yeah, a lot of people complain.
Internal agency emails reveal employees asked for, quote, standard language to respond to those complaints following our initial report. And viewers began contacting us to say they'd received other people's EDD documents with full social security numbers in the mail.
How in the world did this piece of paper get into an envelope addressed to me?
The agency's response when we asked why it was still printing full social security numbers? Quote, it is not administratively feasible to print only the last 4 digits, adding that the federal Social Security Act requires it to use social security numbers in the administration of its programs. Though the Social Security Administration tells us there is no law that requires they print the numbers on mailed documents.
So not only is the EDD in violation of existing California law, but I think they've also violated the common sense test.
After seeing our reports, Assembly members Mike Gatto and Catherine Baker demanded the agency make changes. And in record time, it has. Turns out it is administratively feasible to print only the last 4 digits. And beginning this month, that's all that will be printed on these forms, sent out every 2 weeks to millions of people. By the end of the year, the agency expects to do the same on 75% of all its mailed documents.
Now, we also discovered that only 3 of the 15 largest states in the nation say they redact the full number on all mailed unemployment documents. Like California, most of those other states claim that federal law requires they print it, though the Social Security Administration says there is no law that requires or prohibits it. Now, we talked to Senator Feinstein, who tells us she is looking into whether federal legislation is needed to officially prohibit printing these numbers on mailed documents.
I think Gatto's got it right. It's a common sense law. I mean, come on.
Well, and throughout our reporting, that's what the FTC said. That's what lawmakers across the country have been saying, yet these agencies continue to defend their use of this number on mailed documents.
Bad habits are hard to break.
They sure are. Good
Julie,
job, Jules.